Hello, good evening. Today we're going to speak about food. Okay, food is one of the most important topics in the curriculum. Why? Because it's one of our basic needs, okay? One of our basic requirements, okay? If you go to a foreign country, the most important thing is to have something to eat and to be able to get by in a conversation when you have to ask for something related to food, okay? So we're going to start speaking about the immediate principles. The immediate principles are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Okay? What are proteins for? Proteins build and repair the body tissues. Okay? What kind of food contains proteins? For example, eggs, lean meat, poultry, fish, nuts. Okay? Next one is fats. Okay? Fats give us energy and support cell growth. Okay, what kind of food contains fats? Okay, so we've got, for example, eggs again, cheese, olive oil, coconut, full fat yogurt. Okay, next one is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates give us energy and are fuel for the central nervous system. Okay, within carbohydrates, we've got carbohydrates of quick absorption, like sugar, okay, it shouldn't be exceeded in our diet, and carbohydrates of slow absorption, which are very important in our diet and very healthy, okay, such as, for example, pulses like lentils, potatoes, or rice, whole grain bread, oat, okay. And another important carbohydrate is fruit. Okay? Fruit is very important. And within the fruit, we can have fruit containing fructose and fruit containing a lot of glucose. Fruit which contains a lot of glucose, for example, is bananas, figs, grapes. Okay? And they should be reduced in our diet because they are very caloric. Okay? Alright, why is sugar dangerous? As we said, it can have side effects if we consume a lot of it. For example, it can lead to weight gain, constant cravings, bloating. It can also weaken your immune system, or it can produce insomnia in the long run. Okay? We're going to study also the different ways to cook the food. It certainly has an effect on our weight. For example, we've got fried, very caloric, not advisable, stir-fried, baked, boiled, steamed, grilled. For example, if you eat fish, you can have fish, for example, grilled a la parrilla, or you can have it fried, frito. Okay, and finally, to end up, we're going to study the adjectives related to food, which are going to be useful to support a conversation. Okay, we've got tasty, when we like the food, and the opposite, tasteless, like insipid, we don't like it so much. Okay, we've got hot or spicy, versus, like Indian food, for example, versus the opposite, mild. Okay, we've also got sugary or sweet versus the opposite, salty. Okay, so for example, when we buy popcorns at the cinema, do you usually buy them salty or sweet? Okay, balanced diet. Balanced diet is a diet which contains all the nutrients we have listed. Okay, so proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. Okay, we also have bland diet. A bland diet is when we eat soft food. Okay? Homemade food. Homemade food is the food that we prepare, for example, at home. Celiac, gluten intolerant, put on weight, lose weight, put on weight, lose weight. Okay? Processed food. The processed food has a series of chemical operations in order to preserve it. Eating disorders such as anorexia and bulimia. Okay? Okay, let's see now your questions. Have you ever been on a diet Yes, I have many times because I tend to put on weight very easily. Okay, but I hate diets. I hate diets because when you start eating normally again, I usually rebound. So I think it's more important, like to lead a healthy lifestyle and to take care with your diet every day, rather than losing weight, putting it on again, losing weight, putting on weight again, because at the end of it, your body becomes flaccid. How do you prefer the food to be cooked? Well, it depends on the food, okay? As for mussels, for example, I prefer them steamed with a bit of lemon. And as regards, for example, meat, I prefer it stir-fried to preserve the taste. Is there any food you avoid eating? Yes, I try to cut down on fats, okay, because I tend to put on weight very easily. For example, when I go to the supermarket to buy some meat, I prefer buying, for example, turkey or chicken rather than pork, because pork is very fattening. Concerning sweets, I love them. I have a sweet tooth, but I try to cut down on them as well. So I only have sweets, for example, once or twice a week, no more. What kind of carbohydrates do you usually like? Okay, I'm keen on all kind of carbohydrates, but especially love fruit. Okay, every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is eating a banana. And apart from giving me energy, it contains a lot of potassium, which is good for your muscles. And during the night for dinner, for example, I have strawberries with skimmed yogurt. And other carbohydrates I really like. For example, boiled potatoes for dinner. Okay, they're not very caloric for dinner. And pasta with minced meat for lunch, for example. What food do you consider tasteless? Well, boiled rice, with no doubt. Okay, unless you add some spices on it, it's really tasteless. Asparagus, fish. I don't like fish, but I especially hate hake, for example. It's really tasteless. How do you usually prepare your salads? Okay, I usually prepare them with lettuce, olives, tomato, cucumber, some fruit, for example, an orange or pineapple, or sometimes lemon or watermelon, avocado, beetroot, tuna, and I usually dress it with olive oil, vinegar, and salt.